Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Whiskey Reaper channel. This is going to be a different stream like your normal streams. As a matter of fact, let's start this party off for all of you watching. I'm going to give it to you hard today. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Whiskey Reaper channel. If this is your first time here, do me a favor, hit the like button for the stream. This is the first time I do this in a long time. Last time I did this was at least 48 hours ago, and I've never done it ever since. This is literally on the fly. I ain't editing shit out here. Not a damn edit out here. We're going to talk about some stuff today on the stream. Men's fashion live stream talk, or men's fragrances and whiskey panty droppers on the stream. I'm about to tell you exactly that. I'm also going to tell you, I'm going to be so honest. Some people out here might throw away their fragrances. Some people might throw away their whiskey. Most likely, I might hit some nerves. God knows what's going to happen, but I do know that this is the first time I do this stream. So I'm going to tell you, you all are going to be on a journey with me to better this stream. If I start lagging, hey, you let me know. Holy heavens, this is going to be amazing. I'm looking forward to this. A different experience. Kind of like jumping out of an airplane without a parachute. It's kind of like wearing a fragrance. 12 sprays. Who does that? 12 sprays? Are you out of your sick mind? 7 sprays of laying? What, are you trying to kill somebody? Holy hell. I'm going to teach you a little bit of stuff on the stream, hopefully. Hopefully I'll unfreeze. And if you see me, that you think I look like an AI, well, maybe I am an AI. Shout-outs to Chad Stinkwell. Shout-outs to Sweet Milk. Shout-outs to all the YouTubers out there that are really not YouTubers, but they're very much a small little group. I think they're doing a good job. For all of you watching, this stream is going to be presented to you by the one and only person that we see back here. You see all the men in back of me. Most of these guys around me, bad boys. Bad boys. Let me make sure my sound check. Hello. Damn, we good. Damn, looking good. Yo, I could sing this in the shower all day long. This song is a shower. Oh, damn! Hit that beat. Man, I could sing this all day long in the shower. As a matter of fact, in the car too. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to finally start the show up for all of you watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning in at afternoon hour. Usually, my streams are nighttime. That's my main time. But I have to give it to the afternoon people. The people are working, the people are leaving work. And also, we'll tell you, this might get a little bit crazy. Because I do know I have, this is the second time I do this. So I do know really not too much about this. I do know that I do have a couple people in back of me, and as you all see here, let me tell you, okay, we're going to start the show right for all of you that haven't been here before. Congratulations, you made it through probably the most frozen intro on this stream. I'm not really sure if you can see me now, if it's good, but if you can, let me know. I do know I need a mic sound check, but I don't have anybody on the other side to let me know. For all of you watching, today we're going to be talking about something that I was a little bit informed yesterday that people were doing a bad job. In the fragrance community, they were doing a bad job talking about fragrances. Some of the fragrances that we have in front of me, I'm going to be showing you. I'm going to be talking about them. Also, I will tell you, whiskey. Is whiskey something that's a little bit better? If you're into that whole genre of what they say, panty droppers, let me just tell you, panty droppers is something in the men's fashion side of the community. Most of the men out here, well, I'll tell you, I have a small amount of women that follow my channel. I have about, I think it's 15% of women that actually follow on YouTube out here. And I will also say, for all of you that have just tuned in here now, good to see all of you. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know both sound and video are good, Reaper. Damn, I thought this whole time I was AI. You know what I mean? Those AI people that start doing those things online. It's a little choppy earlier, but we're good now. Okay, that's good. Let me just tell you this. Okay, I am smoking a cigar. I'm not having any whiskey. I'm having some coffee. And for all of you that don't know, if you have coffee, have a cigar, have water. Water's very good, but we're going to talk about something that many people out here are a little bit misguided. I do know yesterday there was a stream in the fragrance community that I kind of feel that I think many bigger YouTubers should start talking. They should start talking differently. I just don't understand. I was flustered yesterday to know that there's top people in the fragrance community. I mean, men fashion. We're talking about men's fashion. If you don't know already, if you have a huge, big channel, if you have a good channel going, you should know everything about it. You should know about the top 5 fragrances in the world. You should know about the popular trends. Also, I will tell you, I have two things I have right here. This is my Apple Watch. It tells me if somebody's texting me. I've been missing all of Texas. I have my watch over here. This is men's fashion. Okay, this is a thing that I always tend to do at times. Always wear a watch. Today on the stream, let me tell you the title of the stream. Men's Fashion Livestream Talk. Okay, our men's fragrances and whiskey panty droppers. Which one is it? Which is the one that you want to know is the panty dropper? Well, let me just tell you this, okay? Let's go back on that. That is a title that is meant to bait you, and not me, but there's other people that do that. And I will tell you, women also do that too for their fragrances and their talks on YouTube, but that is kind of inaccurate. There is nothing out there that you can actually put on to actually be a panty dropper. As you all know, the women are very attracted to hygiene. very good hygiene. So if you have good hygiene, you do not need a $200 fragrance. You do not need a fragrance at all. You don't need to be having an amazing bar to get, the ladies out here, give them a good cocktail. It does help out. Sometimes that you know how to make a proper cocktail. It does help out. But at the end of the day, I'm going to tell you on the stream some of the things that you need to know. Also, I will tell you, there are fragrances that people actually, I'm just blown away. I'm just really blown away. I saw a stream yesterday, and the stream that I saw yesterday was with two men that have a bigger fragrance channel. It's kudos to them. They've done a great job, apparently. I guess before I ever even came onto the scene. But somebody has to say something. I don't know if it's the people that don't want to start a channel or whatever. I have a channel, so I have the platform to say whatever I want. I'm going to tell you this. Some of the fragrances, just like this one that I saw yesterday, this was in last place almost. What a shame. What a shame. This is Percival. What a shame. I don't know what's going on. What a shame. This is men's fashion we're talking about. If you all know men's fashion, Percival from Perfume de Marley should always be in the top 5 or even the top 3. I'm going to tell you why very soon, but I will make sure that more people start coming in, because I do know I have all type of men out here. I have men out here that watch me 30 years old, 40 years old, 50 years old, 60 years old. The top of the range that I have is 70-year-old men that do tune in to the Whiskey Talk. And today I'm going to give you very light stuff of whiskey, but mainly is for you men, okay? Because I do know that there's a lot of men out here that they go to other YouTube channels and they expect that the YouTubers are just going to tell them accurately what should be the answer. Usually, you're probably looking at the wrong YouTube channel. That's just how it is. That's how I've learned in the years and years. I'm talking about the decades. I've seen YouTubers out there that talk about fragrances. I've seen people talk about fashion. I've seen people talk about anything. Look, ladies and gentlemen, let's just say, let's be. Look, there's the elephant in the room right now. The men in back of me. You see all the men in the back of me? Do you see all the men? Well, let me just say this, okay? Most of these men are very unique out here. And if you see them back, you have Arnold Schwarzenegger in back of me. You have most of these men. They're all very, very unique. Let me start by saying, when you, as a man, know how to completely make yourself unique, that's when you know. That's when you know you are the guy that doesn't need to be looking at anybody else's top 10 list of fragrances. You don't need to know about panty droppers, because you are the panty dropper. You don't need anything but your own personality. That's all you need. But I'm going to tell you more about what I want to talk to you about. I also have other fragrances that I want to talk about. This is a fragrance that nobody talks about. For God's sakes, this is a banger of a banger. And I will tell you, I do have whiskey. The whiskey that I have right now is one of the bangers that I think that all of you gentlemen should buy. Because if you don't know already, Christmas time is around the corner. And I will tell you, I try to show you stuff that you can buy. I can also show you stuff that you can't buy, harder stuff. But mainly lately, I've been talking about Mitker's, rye whiskey, and holiday whiskey, okay? So here we go. Shane, thank you for being here. I see you, Shane. This is the first time I do this, so it's going to be a new thing. Thomas, good to see you, Thomas. Good to see you. I can't see too much of the comments because the sun is shining. Super Chats will help out if you have any questions, if you have any comments, if you have any topics. Over here, this is going to be probably one of the whiskeys that I do recommend all of you to get. Now, I'm telling you this is because I am one of these guys that shows you very hard to find bottles lately. I've been getting comments, oh man, you're showing all these hard to find bottles, okay? Well, now I have to tell you, I've said it in the watch community, I see you, watch community. I have to say this, okay? There's whiskey bottles that you have to have around for Christmas time, Thanksgiving, holidays, because you don't want family and friends to rip up all your high-end whiskey. So in the end of the day, I have been telling you in the last couple of weeks, get yourself an Early Times. And if you see here, that'd be great. I don't know if you can see it. Early Times. Get yourself an Early Times. Very inexpensive. You could use it for cocktails. And you can use it as a panty dropper, can you? Now, like, at the end of the day, hey, we're going to put a panty dropper shit aside, okay? We're going to put that panty dropper shit aside. All that matters is that you know how to make a fine cocktail. You know how to make a banger cocktail, and you know how to get the best whiskey, because at the end of the day, if you want to be unique, you have to have the best stuff. You can't have the rinkety-dinkety stuff. You know what I mean? You just can't have the low-end, horrible, harsh, straight dookie stuff, especially fragrances. You're a man. You have to get the best stuff. Now, I will tell you, every man is different. I understand. Let's look in the back of me, okay? Let's look who we have here. We have this darker man out here. What's his name? I forgot his name. We got this Russian guy in back of me. We have this guy over here in back of me from China. We also have this American in back of me. We have the man, the one and only Arnold Schwarzenegger. Where he at? Arnold Schwarzenegger right in back of me. We have a lot of different guys. One guy over here from the UK in the back of me. My man. You got to know when to hold them. And what I mean by that is you have to know what kind of style you're going for, because most of us out here, I think it takes us a little bit of a time to adapt to what we really like. As you turn into an adult, there are certain things that you just end up doing. You end up being either one of these guys that doesn't care about anything. You might be the bad boy that just, you take a shower, you do your shave, you just use a splash in your face. And, there's other guys that actually don't take showers. Holy shit. Don't take showers. 2 or 3 days, no showers. What you doing, man? But anyways, hey, every guy is different. I can tell you this. But what you want to do is you want to be a little bit unique, okay? If you want to really be recognized, you want to be unique. You don't want to listen to anybody, especially me. I give you a little bit of advice, but that doesn't mean that you always have to take it. I can tell you, for the things that I say, I tell you so that I can advise you. I don't tell you so that you can change your whole life and just all of a sudden, boom, just start wearing bangers of sunglasses, hats, shirts. I don't want you to be me, but I can guide you to be the better you. So here we go. I'm going to talk about fragrances to start off. And to start off, for all of you wondering, if you haven't hit the button, the like button for the stream, it really does help out. Because at the end of the day, this is the first time I do this in a long time. A long time. So if you can, do me the favor. Okay, I would really appreciate it if you hit the like button for the stream. Helps out a bunch. If you haven't, please hit it now. Helps out a bunch. You don't know how much it helps out. Mind you, I will tell you, this is actually the afternoon, so we're not going to get as many people as nighttime, and I cannot see anything in the chat room at this time. The sun is hidden and beaming. But anyways, look, I'm gonna talk about the main thing. Okay, fragrances. Let's start off with fragrances. Fragrances is a certain thing that can help you out with your hygiene. Now, mainly, I'm going to tell you this, okay? Mainly, when it comes to fragrances, I enjoy fragrances. I don't need a fragrance. I do not need a fragrance at all. There's not a fragrance out here that I need, but I have to have it, if that makes any sense. Okay, I don't have to have a motorcycle, but I have to have it. You understand what I mean? I don't have to have glasses, but I have to have it. It's something in me that just makes me feel amazing. It makes me feel unique. And this is what I think all of you men strive to be. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you, my channel over here is a whiskey channel. But I will tell you, in the live streams, I try to change it up. I want to get all type of people coming onto the chat room. I want people to rewatch the stream and say, oh shit, this man ain't all about whiskey, but he's all about whiskey, if you know what I mean. He talks about fragrances. He talks about topic. This guy got the balls of steel. He don't care what anybody says. Oh shit, he's talking about LGBTQ. Oh damn, he don't care what he says. Okay, so let me just tell you this. I don't usually care what I say. I want to give you a good show, and I want to give you everything that comes out of my head. I never delete videos if it's a horrible video, that the audio's horrible. Holy hell, ruined everything, just wasted my time. Okay, that's usually when I put it down, okay? But I can tell you, we're going to talk about fragrances. So one of the things yesterday, let me recap, okay, for all of you that don't know. I enjoy watching different videos. I don't take recommendations too often. Yesterday I was watching two individuals in the fragrance community. And for all of you that don't know, fragrances are basically almost alike, okay? As the same thing as the whiskey community. There's a lot of collectors that collect fragrances, and they enjoy to rate them, and they enjoy to also wear them and tell you the performance and everything. The whiskey community does the same thing with whiskeys. Whiskeys, we all talk about how much it is. Is it good? Is there a finish on the whiskey? And then this and that, everybody talks about what whiskey's good. In the fragrance community, they also do the same thing. They talk about bottles that are outstanding, high-performing bottles, top budget fragrances, and I don't tell you too much about budget fragrances. As a matter of fact, budget whiskey, I do talk about a lot about budget whiskey because that's just, I need to tell my audience that watches my videos that there's good whiskeys that you can get for $50, $40. That's an amazing price. But anyways, so yesterday I was watching certain individuals do a stream. Now I knew what kind of stream this was. This was a stream about the line that I enjoyed, Perfume and Marley. This is a line. I have all of them. The reason why I have all of them is because I got the dollar bills to spend my money, hard-earned money, to buy the fragrances that I want to. As you all know, okay, this is a fragrance and whiskey talk. We can talk about anything else. You can throw it into the chat room, but currently, let me just keep on talking about this. So, I knew, in fact, I had the whole line, and I knew, in fact, some of them in the panel didn't have the whole line. So for them to talk about something that maybe they didn't wear every day, I knew there was going to be something weird. So let me just say this, okay? I was a little bit flustered to know that Percival was in the backpack of the pack of what some of these, these are YouTubers, for God's sakes. YouTubers! You hear it! Why the hell? Perfume, the Marley, in almost last place? Is your nose messed up? Is it that something's wrong in your head? What the hell are you doing? Oh wait, I forgot. You probably were given this for free. Anyways, That's the whole ordeal here. We're going to talk about these fragrances. Also, I do know this was in the top. I will tell you, for the panty droppers, there's a lot of women in YouTube that are talking about this fragrance that are panty droppers. Well, most of them shouldn't be wearing any of these men fragrances. And if they wear it, okay, maybe they might be not trying to attract a man. Maybe that's just what it is. And personally, hey, that's not my problem. I just know that I have these fragrances. I know how they smell like. I know how long they last, just like whiskeys. When I have a whiskey, same thing goes. There's people that talk about whiskey. Oh, it's shit. Okay, the guy can talk all he wants. I hope he doesn't buy this bottle because I want to buy as many as I can because I know it's not shit. It's amazing. It's fabulous. And it's just, all it takes is somebody that has a pedestal to actually tell you that it's bad, and then boom, you're going to listen to that person. Sometimes you just can't believe everything individual says, especially if you see the track record. It's just how it is. This is a fantastic whiskey, okay? Early Times is a fantastic whiskey. Get yourself one of these for Christmas time and holidays. So anyways, I'm going to tell you this. I told you this in the last stream, and I did not see it in. This is the sad part. I didn't see this fragrance in the last in the thing that I was talking about. That stream, I did not see this fragrance. And when I didn't see this, I knew, oh, damn, I said, these people are goddamn YouTubers. What are these people doing? If you don't have Pegasus exclusive in your top 3, you should officially hang up your towel. You should officially just say, you know what? This ain't my thing. I quit. You should be that person that's benched. You know what? Let me just say this, okay? You should be like Aaron Rodgers, okay, from the Jets that just got injured in this first game. Kudos to you, Aaron Rodgers. You're making the money on the sidelines. But I can tell you, hey, this is probably one of the best fragrances, top 3 fragrances, and it wasn't talked about. This is Pegasus from Perfume the Marley, gentlemen. Men's fashion, okay? You don't really need a fragrance, okay? Let me just say this. You don't need a fragrance to be attractive. You just don't. Does it help? Sometimes it doesn't help, okay? If you don't know how to wear this, And if you don't know the amount of sprays to wear this, you might actually not like this at all. If I spray 10 or 12 sprays of this, I'm going to either choke somebody out in the car, choke somebody out around me, or I'm going to probably choke myself out. Or, if anything, I might want to never walk out of the house. But these are fragrances that you have to know the amount of sprays you're spraying. You have to know the climate to where this at. And for all of you that don't know, the same thing goes for whiskey. I do not take out rye whiskey. Most of the time I take out rye whiskey when it gets really, really cold. That is the time that I like to enjoy rye whiskey. Christmas time, Thanksgiving, these are the times that I take out rye whiskey. If you see me drinking rye whiskey in summertime, well, most likely it's because I'm so sick of bourbon, I'm sick of scotch, and I want to do something different. But most of the time, very hot heat. In summertime, I will not drink rye whiskey. It's just something I just don't do unless I'm inside. Most of the time, it's bourbon or scotch. So when it comes to fragrances, is this going to give you panty droppers everywhere you go? You go to the mall, boom, panty dropper. When you go to the damn library store, library, Barnes and Nobles, are you going to get panty droppers? Boom, you might kill somebody if you wear 12 sprays of this son of a gun. Look, okay, I'm getting a little bit too mad. Now, I do tell you that I think last time I couldn't find my bottle. I finally found it. It was in the car. This is Pegasus, okay? Pegasus. Do I tell you to buy this? I don't think I've ever told you to buy this, but I own it. Pegasus, if you like. If you're a soy boy, I can tell you, this is something you probably will like. Has the almond in there. It has a little bit of it reminds me of almond milk. And I ain't an almond milk type of guy. Maybe some of the dudes in back of me might be that type of guy. Soy boys, ain't me. So I'll tell you this. I barely wear this. But again, you have to know what you're wearing. You have to know who you're watching. You can't be wasting your time watching somebody for 30 minutes and then you go out and buy a fragrance and all of a sudden you get home and you say, man, this is amazing. You go to the office tomorrow and what happens? Nobody wants to be around you because you stink. It's horrible. It's a horrible thing. But anyways, so the two gentlemen yesterday, they spoke about what I feel is a horrible top 7 of the Parfum de Marly. And I can tell you, one of the ones that wasn't in there is one of my top 3, okay, Herod. It was pretty embarrassing to know that there's guys out there that actually have YouTube. I just can't believe it. What the hell's going on here? Anyways, let me see the chat room. Over here, Shane says, early times, bottled and bond is awesome. Yes, in early times also, this whiskey, you can have it all year round. You can have it in Christmas time, you can have it summertime, and you can have it in spring, whenever you want to. There's whiskeys out there that I would recommend all time, all day long, every day. I can tell you scotch to me, I can have it, but I can't have it all the time. There's certain scotches that are different. You have the lowlands, you have the highlands, you have the space side. There's different scotches. There's different bourbons. There's also different kind of Irish whiskey. There's also all kind of Finnish whiskey. There's all kind of rye whiskey. You have to know who you're watching. Just because somebody says that something out here, somebody's a top 5 whiskey, sometimes it doesn't mean anything. Know your palate, know what you want, and also know that you're unique. You have a certain palate. You like certain stuff. There's people out here that enjoy salmon. They can eat salmon all day long. There's people out here that can eat quail every day for 30 days. If you eat quail for 30 days, you're gonna die. But there's people out here that can eat meatloaf every freaking single day of the week. I can't. Pizza every day. Can't do that. Every person is different. We have to acknowledge the room. The guys in back of me, ladies and gentlemen, the ones in back of me, all these men out here, every one of them is different. One man over here, he likes that fried chicken. Okay, the one in back of me, you see him over there, he likes that sushi. If you see the man in back of me, he just likes raw meat. I don't know what's wrong with him. I also know some of the guys in back of me have ate snake. Okay, not only that, some of the guys in back of me don't wear fragrances. Okay, some of them do not wear fragrances. All they wear is deodorant, and that is it. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. Do you want to be a panty dropper, or do you want to be you? All it is, you have to figure that out. Do you want to wear fragrances to be the guy that says, oh man, I'm wearing this fragrance to panty drop all the ladies. I'm going to go to the grocery store and boom, they're going to drop all their panties. You're a sicko. That's what you are. You're a sicko if you're thinking like that. That's not how it works. Look, man, most of the guys in back of me, most of the guys on the screen that you see, they don't need a fragrance. Okay, do they need a whiskey? Most of the time they do. Every one of them has a different type of spirit that they like. The one in back of me loves sake. I don't know if you can see him. Love sake. I can't stand sake. Sake is too sweet for me. Also, there's one in back of me, just drinks wine like it's no tomorrow. Don't know what, and he likes that Cali wine. You see him? I don't know if you can see him. You see him? He likes that Cali wine. I don't know what's wrong with him. Now, there's one in back of me also that likes tequila. He loves tequila. He has tequila straight up. Also, there's another one back of me, loves that Hennessy. I don't know what's wrong with him. Do I like the Hennessy? Hell nah. I'm going to tell you, there's another one in back of me. If you don't see, I don't know if you can see him. He just enjoys his beer. Now, the beer that he likes is actually Budweiser, the most regular beer you can think of. You have to remember all of these men in back of me are different. And you also have to remember you have to be just a little bit different too. Now, this stream is mainly meant for the men. So, ladies, if you're walking in, you could always ask whatever you want. But this is mainly for the men. I have said this already before. I have about 15% women watching me, which I think that's great. If it was 50%, if it was 50% women watching me, I'd have an issue. I'd have a big issue because it's generally, most of my content is generally aimed for men. And I don't know, I would start thinking, am I doing something wrong? Because I'm targeting mainly the male audience. I'm going to tell you, in the whiskey community, there's not a huge amount of women, okay? There's a very small amount. I'm going to say maybe close to 30% women in the whiskey community. If you don't know, there's a lot of women that love whiskey, of course. But there's a very, very few that are very into it. I will also say, I'm not going to take it away from the women, but most of the women prefer to have wine. Most women sometimes prefer to have other things like tequila, sake, and there's a huge amount, I'm talking about a huge amount of percentage of women that love craft beer. So you have to remember, in the USA where I live, we have a large amount of population that just enjoys all kind of stuff. That is why McDonald's isn't the leader in fast food. You have Chick-fil-A, you have Chipotle here in the USA. There's a lot of different type of people out here in the USA. Everybody's mingled together. But one thing we can always agree on is fragrances. We can agree, mostly men, on whiskey. And I can tell you also, I'm going to talk about this more of the perfume de Marley's that they were talking about yesterday. Also, I will drop the link in here because I forget to always do that. I don't know why I tend to forget, but I always do that. I got asked last time, you should have dropped it earlier. I'm like, well, I completely forgot. Let me drop this over here. Let me put this over here. Okay. So here we go, okay? Let me just say this. I'm going to show you the real Perfume de Marley top 5, okay? If anything, I'm going to show you the top 3. I might have not brought out a couple of bottles that I left upstairs, but I'm going to show you some Perfume de Marleys that you should have in your radar when Christmas time is around the corner. And for all of you watching, I will tell you, I also have another fragrance out here that I wanted to speak about. For all of you men, okay, this is fabulous. I do recommend you this one. Now, I don't know if you can see it on the screen, okay? Chanel, okay? And I don't know if you can see it. Here you go. You see it? Chanel. There you go. Platinum Egoist. This is just amazing. A fabulous fragrance to wear, especially when it gets a little bit cold. I do recommend you to get this one. If you haven't got this one, get yourself one of these. You're really going to enjoy it. For all of you men, there's not a man out here that's not going to enjoy this. You will really, really love this. Because right now, in the fall, this would be a great fragrance for the fall. So if you're into Chanel, I'm going to tell you that. I spoke about this before. You can always get these. These are always available. Also, I will tell you this, for all of the men that are a little bit older, I do have a fragrance out here that for all of you that don't know, I love my vintage fragrances, but I don't like all the vintage fragrances. For all of you men, remember, okay, you have to have your style. There's a certain style that you have. If you like vintage fragrances, hey, kudos to you. I can't tell you that my whole collection is vintage. Don't like too much of an old collection. I like the modern stuff. Most of the modern stuff to me is very, very different compared to back in the days. Now this one over here is a bigger bottle. This one over here is, if you see it, Polo. Yes, you see this over here. Let me see if I get Polo. This is a fantastic fragrance for all of you men. Now this is the bigger bottle, and for all of you that don't know, you could look this up online. Very, very good. This Polo fragrance is one of the best Ralph Lauren releases that I know of. I do know that for all of you that don't know, there's the green Polo. That's fantastic, but I think that this one's very, very nice. And for this time of year, you want to wear something good. This is versatile. You can use this all the time. Really recommend this one. Really, really do. If you're into, that genre, a little bit of older vintage, if you're into that, you probably will like that one a lot. Also, if you are even in your 30s or your 40s, you'll still like that. If you're in your 70s, 60s, 50s, you would completely like that one too. So anyways, let me go on and tell you about the Perfume de Marly. So the Perfume de Marly I already showed you on one of the streams, but I didn't attend to the people in the afternoon. Most of the time, nighttime, I get a different audience than afternoon. So we'll tell you that I'm going to show you one fragrance that I already spoke about on the stream. I don't recommend you to get this one. If anything, you should try it at the store. For all of you that buy decants, it's a waste of time. Do not buy yourself a decant. When I mean a decant as a little thing, don't do that. It is pointless. You'll be able to notice any of your fragrances like this one, okay? So you see this one. Oh, you see it, okay. Well, this is the Pegasus from Perfume de Marly. I bought this, and I will tell you, I will never, ever recommend this to anybody. It is nice, but there's just nothing that I can tell you that it's, oh man, it's just so, there's so much almond in this that you'll be just turned off if you are not a fragrance enthusiast. This to me is more for a fragrance enthusiast. Yes, it's a beautiful bottle, but I can tell you there's other bottles in the Perfume de Marly line that are just fantastic. This one is very dominant in that almond note. I don't really recommend this one, but it's very beautiful, the bottle. You're probably going to want to buy this just because of the bottle. It looks badass. Let me just tell you this. Some of the guys in back of me that you see, they would prefer me to throw this out and throw it to the lake, throw it to the ocean, throw it on the streets. Because this is a fragrance that it might be beautiful, but you can only wear it certain times. If I can tell you to wear this in summertime, to wear this, you have to really know when to wear this. You can't spray too much of this. That's the bad thing about this. So a recommendation for all of you gentlemen, if you want to help yourself out just a little bit, okay, forget about panty droppers. Panty droppers, the only thing you need is good hygiene. Now, it does help you to have a fragrance. Any fragrance, it helps out sometimes. Just one spray, two spray, three sprays of a good fragrance. But I can tell you, women, what they enjoy is very clean hygiene. If you have the cleanest hygiene possible, they're really gonna like it. You don't need a fragrance. Now, if you're a bad boy, that's a dirty boy, you look like a rough dude, that's different. That's a different ball game. If that's what you're if that's what you're trying to gun for, well, let me just tell you, there's fragrances out there that can go with you. Very animalic fragrances, something that's going to bring out a little bit more of your hormones, because when you do sweat, you do let off a little bit of hormones, and maybe you might want to go to fragrances that are meant like this to really just, be the center of the attention. So anyways, I'm going to put this away. Before I put this away, I will say this, okay? Don't buy a decant. Whenever you get a freaking fragrance, the first thing you want to do is try it out at the store. If there's a store, if there's the mall, go to the mall. Try it out. Spray it on your skin. Make sure the way to do it, never spray it on the paper. I'm sorry to say, okay, for all of you that don't know me already, I'm pretty much different than most of the guys Look, spraying it on a paper is not going to do the job. You have to spray it on your skin. If you spray this on your skin, you're going to know if it's going to be worth it, because your skin is going to be different than mine. My skin is a little bit darker, and I can tell you I don't have a lot of hair. A very, very light hair. I think I have like, I tend to have very, very light hair on the side of my arms. When I perspire is very, very light. I don't have a certain, like older, sometimes there's certain men out here that have, they're overweight and they have a certain smell to them. Some men that have a lot of hair have a certain odor to them. You have to know what kind of odor you have. And that would also go with the chemistry of whatever fragrance you have. I will tell you too, okay? Let's say this. Let's say this. When you have a whiskey, you're gonna perspire, okay? When you have a whiskey, you're gonna perspire. And when I mean perspire, you're gonna sweat, and most of your pores are gonna open up, and whatever happens when you open up, it's just gonna come out. So whatever you ate, that's why I don't like eating onions and stuff like that certain times. Because it does attach to your clothes. And the worst thing you can do is actually eat. Okay? Eat a horrible meal that attaches to all of your clothes, onto your hair and your body. And you go to an event. You spray something on. And for God's sakes, you smell horrible. The fragrance that you have goes along with whatever it is you're eating. And that is just a bad look. To me, that is bad hygiene, and the ladies do not like that. And I'm going to tell you, not even a man likes that. A man like me, you're next to me, and you smell like a guy, you just came out of the Indian restaurant. Son of a gun, get away from me. Get away from me. You stink. But at the end of the day, certain guys are not going to be able to know this, you know. They just don't know this. When they're walking around, they're not going to realize that they smell like garlic because it just came from a freaking pizza place. They're not going to know this. But anyways, yeah, whiskey does, you kind of do need a fragrance, or at least good hygiene, you know? Let me put this away. So one thing yesterday that blew me away, somebody had said, one of the YouTubers in the stream had said, Leighton, for God's sakes, Leighton, you gotta be shitting me. Leighton. Let me tell you this, Leighton, I do only prefer you all to use that around almost a certain environment that you have a small amount of people. Okay, Leighton is a fragrance that I'll never show you. Okay, the one that I can show you is a little bit toned down, and you're going to have a little bit of the sharpness that you get in the Leighton is going to be very much toned down to the creamy, almost like just perfect balance. And this over here, okay, this is Leighton exclusive. This is the fragrance that I would recommend all of you, okay? This should be in the top 5, in any of your top 5s out there. Leighton exclusive. This is fabulous. And I will tell you, you do not need a lot of sprays of this. All you need is at least 3 sprays, 4 sprays max. And this is going to be an absolute banger. If you go to the movies, if you go to anywhere that you think is a good place to go that's maybe cold, this helps out. It helps. It's just so, how can I explain to you? Compared to the Leighton, it is well balanced. Super well balanced. This wasn't even on there. What are they doing out there, man? This wasn't even on there. It was a regular Leighton. Pretty embarrassing. And as you all know, there's a different, also I'm going to tell you, when it comes to whiskeys, gentlemen, there's different batches on whiskey, okay? When it comes to fragrances, the same thing goes with fragrances. Okay, there's different batches with fragrances. So as you all know, this one over here, eventually, in the years to come, most likely, or maybe even this one over here, this could be a different batch, okay, than maybe the next year. Most of the time, when they're putting out fragrances from a small house that they call niche, these are niche houses because they tend to have higher prices and better ingredients on the fragrance. And I can also say, you're paying top dollar for a fragrance that you don't have to spray 12 sprays, 14 sprays, 4 sprays. That's all you need, 3 sprays, and it will really last long. Again, I will say the same thing. When it comes to whiskeys, if you could try the whiskey before you buy it, that'd be great. But we don't have that ability to go out there and try a Maker's Mark cellar age and say, damn, I gotta get this bottle. we don't have the ability in the whiskey community yet to actually be able to try certain whiskeys. Now, if you go to a liquor store, you can maybe find a vendor out there trying to sell you some whiskeys. And he might have some open. There's stores that you can ask, and you can say, hey, do you have this bottle open? And most of the time, they're going to say, yeah, as a matter of fact, I do have the Heaven Hill open. I have one open. You want to try it out? You can try it out. That also goes with tequila. That goes with vodka. Most of the time, some of the liquor stores will probably have a bottle open, but you have to ask. And you're never going to get a bottle open for a high-end bottle. But if you're looking for something budget whiskey, you can always ask the liquor store. Same thing goes with this. Okay, fragrances, same thing goes. That's why in the malls, they have them for you to test out. And that's the best way to do it. You spray it on your skin. Do not spray it on a goddamn piece of paper, because the paper is not going to be where you're going to be spraying it on, for God's sakes. Do you wear a paper shirt? No. Do you wear a paper sweater? No. Do you have paper skin? No. So I do recommend all of you to spray this on your skin, because your skin chemistry is going to be probably different than your brother, your sister, maybe your friend. All chemistry out here, all of you are different, especially where you're born. Some of you might be born in Alaska, for God's sake. Maybe the guys out there have a different tone in your skin. Another one that I will tell you. Let me change the mood on here. I do need to get a little bit hyped up out here. Let me put a little bit of a upbeat out here. Shit, I'm putting out here the freaking. I got it. I'm putting out here the fucking. Oh, there we go. There you go. There you go. This is good. This is good. Okay, so the fragrance that I did not hear about yesterday is Herod. Herod is an absolute freaking. This is one of the best that they have put out. Okay, from Perfume to Marley, Herod is just insanely beautiful. All of the men in back of me wear this. Okay, all of the men want to always spray this. This is the top G of all top G's, if you know what I mean. This is just fabulous. I'm going to tell you, if you hear the ice cream man right now, that ice cream man ain't going to be wearing this. He going to be wearing that shitty product from the rack store. But at the end of the day, hey, you guys can go to the rack store too. It is just nothing that I really enjoy. I'm going to tell you, some of the rack stores that you go to, for all of you, you're not going to see whiskeys. You're going to see fashion. You're going to see shirts on discount. You're going to see fragrances on discount. And at the end of the day, the good part about rack stores, which we can't knock it, you can get certain stuff on sale. And Louis Vuitton, you're never going to see that there. But Polo, Lacoste, sometimes rack stores in America. And for all of you that don't know, in America, I think it's kind of like... I think it's how can I explain it to you? I don't know other places out there. I think, what was it? XX, what is Max? TJ, I don't know what they call it in the UK. I remember the name of it. I just don't remember completely. It was Max TX some shit. It was certain companies out there in the UK that were very similar to TJ Maxx. I know Marshalls, they have Marshalls out here. You're never going to be able to find some of these in Marshalls. But anyways, this is the top 3, Perfume de Marley. And I will tell you, I will recommend you, okay, if you can, go to the store and try this on your skin. One thing I can say, there are certain fragrances that have tobacco notes, certain fragrances that have leather notes. Those fragrances are very, very potent. And one thing I do recommend that nobody really says, don't put it around your nose. If you know that there's a fragrance that's very, very potent, it's strong, it gives you, how can I say, it gives you, when you just open it, it gives you a little bit of like, damn, I can smell that. Don't put it under your nose, okay? These are fragrances, look, I'm already smelling it. Holy shit, it's a bomb. It's a banger. This is something that maybe you could put in the back of your neck. If you put it in the back of your neck or maybe around your neck, it helps out because you're not going to get the whiffs on your nose. When you go by, you'll get the whiffs in the air, and that's something you want. You don't want to choke yourself out in a fragrance. And just like this one, Herod, top 3 fragrance out there in Perfume de Marley, top 3. I enjoy this one. This is my money maker. When I go to the casinos, this makes me a good amount of money. And I can tell you, very expensive, but you're paying top dollar for this. top dollar. Let me just tell you, I bought all of these fragrances because I like them, okay? There's certain fragrances like Greenlee I don't recommend any of you to buy. Greenlee is something, if you're into looking like a, how can I say, if you're into looking like a Maluma, there's a guy named Maluma. If you're into being short like Bruno Mars, who else might wear that? Just those guys. I can't relate to some of them because I just can't. Maluma, I can't relate to him. I can't relate to the other guy, Bruno Mars, and they enjoy those fragrances because they tend to always, how can I say, they tend to like sweet fragrances. And the Greenlee does have a little bit of that, has a little bit of sweetness, has an apple. So if you're into that, apple, go for the Greenlee, but I don't recommend. None of the guys in back of me, okay, is going to have a freaking Greenlee Perfume de Marley, for God's sakes. But anyways, let me see another one here. Okay, so this one over here, this is another one I wanted to speak about. This was in the top, I don't know what it is. I don't even remember the list. But I do know that this is very, very much of a fragrance that is very popular. Now, the reason why I'm about to show you this one and tell you it's the most popular, one of the most popular one is because there's YouTubers out there that they talk about this fragrance, and mainly it's because of the women. The women love this fragrance. But the women ain't gonna be wearing this. So if the women ain't wearing this, why are you talking about this? Men out here are gonna be wearing this. This is Carlisle, and if you see it here, you see it. It's all black, usually has the silver lettering. This is the fragrance that for all of you men, if you want a fragrance for very, very cold, I'm talking about it has to be really, really cold out for you to wear this. I would recommend you this. If you do not live in cold weather, and if you are basically never in the cold AC, do not put this on. I'm telling you this right now. The only time I wear this is usually around a very, very cold environment. If I know where I'm going is very, very cold, I'm spraying this on myself. There's also a couple other ones that I do have upstairs that will work also, but this one, the Carlisle, ain't no way I'm gonna say Carlisle is one of the fragrances that I would recommend you. And this is something that I just don't understand. It's like, for God's sakes, this is a bottle that I own. I've worn this very much almost every day to test it out when it was cold, and I do know in the heat you're gonna kill yourself with this. I will tell you, this is a fragrance that you do not put in paper. If you put it in paper, you're not going to understand how it is in your skin. For all of you wondering, okay, look, today I'm getting a little bit carried away with my stream, but these are things that I just want to put out there. I want to make sure that I get people from other streams, like maybe people out there in the men fashion community that can rewatch this and see that, yes, I am a whiskey channel, but I enjoy my men fashion. I do know that I'm wearing a watch right now. For all of you that do know, I do love the watch community. I'm wearing a watch right now that very much I have gone through a lot with this. Okay, this watch over here, it has a little bit of carbon fiber in here, and also I love this because it's a chronograph. I enjoy this a lot. I can wear it all the time. I can bang this up. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just tell you, okay, men's fashion is huge. Christmas time is around the corner. One thing you want to do, okay, is make sure if you're getting a gift, okay, get the right gift. If you get the wrong gift, well, guess what? You're wasting your time. But a watch is an amazing accessory to have. For all of you men that don't have a watch, get yourself a watch, okay? Try to get yourself something you like. Do not get Fossil. Do not get Invicta. And for all of you watching, I will tell you, pick your own watch, have your own style. That's something that you all really, really need. Have your style. You see the guys in back of me? They have their style. They have the gun that they like. There's a preference in ammos that they use. There's a preference in boots that they use. There's a preference in deodorant that some of these guys in back of me use. Sometimes these guys fast. It's just how it is, okay? It's just how it is. Let me see over here. How would you rank top 5 Perfume de Marley? I would rank it depending on where you live. So as me, as you already know, I have also fragrances upstairs that I didn't bring down. But number one out of all of the Parfum de Marly, there is no doubt in my mind that it's either Herod or Pegasus exclusive. Okay, I can tell you it depends on the season. But this over here, I can literally wear this every day. For the places that I go to, I can wear it every day. Does it choke me out if it's too hot? Of course it will choke me out if it's too hot. This will be in my top 3. I think I showed you already. This is the Herod Parfum de Marly. Just fantastic, okay? Fantastic. This is a manly man. All the guys in back of me want to wear this, okay? All the time. I do recommend you to get this. Try it on your skin. Do not overspray. Ladies and gentlemen, do not overspray. Also, the most best citrus fragrance that Parfum de Marly has is over here, okay? Let me put this over here. This is the best one, okay? Parfum de Marly, okay? Percival. This is the best citrus fragrance that you can have in the whole line. Forget about Greenlee, okay? Forget about Scently. Forget about any citrus fragrance in this line. This is the top fragrance in Parfum de Marly. I know it because I own it and I wear it and I know the performance. I know how many sprays I need to do. I know that the women love this. I know that the men love this. And I know, in fact, that there's something that I can wear and not offend anybody. Would I spray 15 sprays of this? Absolutely not. No way am I spraying any of these fragrances more than the max I would ever spray of any of these would be 7. Most of the times, minimum 3. And for this one, I can tell you 6 sprays is nice. You could do 5 sprays on this one. But I'm telling you this right now, Percival is the best citrus fragrance. This should be in the top 3 right now. So currently, I did tell you, what is it I told you? I told you this, the Herod, okay? The Herod, I told you that one. Number 1, I think we all know number 1 AM, and I think I said it before. Currently, winter time's around the corner, but this over here, if you're into, I'm not really into that, but if you're into trying to attract women, let me just tell you, a fragrance, you don't need a fragrance. Just have good hygiene, have a personality, be confident. That's all you need. You don't need these things. But I will tell you, I just love fragrances. Get yourself, okay, over here. If you see it, Pegasus exclusive. This is the number 1 fragrance. I don't think there's another number 1 fragrance out there that I can recommend any of you. Now, we'll tell you, you guys are probably saying, wait a minute, you had the other one. What happened to the other one? Isn't this the same? Isn't this the same? This is a Pegasus. It's not the same. It's not the same. This is one that I won't recommend you to have. So this has an almond that I tell you that is just too toxic for all of you. And that is toned down on this to the max. It's almost like they put it at 6%. You could barely smell that. So this one's fabulous. This is number 1. So for the ones I have here, I have other ones upstairs that I showed you. If you want something all around, all the time, Percival, okay, so you can put this one in maybe the 3 spots, okay, Percival on the 3 spot, and then you can put over here the Herod, all the guys in back of me would really, they just want to wear this all the time. Okay, number 2 spot would be Herod, okay, Herod. And I think many of you already sold number 1. Okay, over here, number 1, Pegasus exclusive, Parfum de Marly. This is number 1 from Parfum de Marly. I can't tell you enough about this. And if you're paying top dollar for this, it's really, really worth it. Don't overspray this. Any of these fragrances, don't overspray. But hey, there's everybody has a different type of money, budget on spending. Look, if you don't want any of these, this is another one. Okay, you can, if you like Chanel, just get this. It's a little bit cheaper than these. Get this. Very, very good. I really enjoy this one, the Platinum. Really, really enjoy this one. Okay, I know there's a lot of men out here that wear, they're going to start wearing their blazers to work. Most of the men out here that do work, they work in the office. And if you're in New York, I see you, New York. I can tell you that this is going to be a fabulous fragrance for you. You'll really enjoy this one. This Chanel is fabulous. I do recommend you to get this one. And for all of you that enjoy a different type of, different, that's not perfume than Marley, I can't tell you enough of this. This is good stuff, man. Good stuff. But yeah, man, let me smoke this cigar. We have hit the 1 hour mark, and let me just tell you this. This is the first time I do it like this. I haven't really been too focused on the chat room. I do know that this is not the time slot that I usually use, but I do have to put a little bit something out there for the people out there watching. I do know a lot of people, they want to know more about whiskeys. I've been giving you a lot of whiskey content. I'm going to give you more content of whiskey. We actually currently at 6,020 something. We ended up getting like at least 30 something subscribers in the last 2 days, which is amazing, very amazing. But let me just say this, okay? There's a lot of things that I want to do on the streams. There's a lot of different topics. I have to prepare myself with topics sometimes in the future. I do know that I'm trying this out for the second time in a row. I don't know how it looks on the screen. I know that I can see myself there just a little bit, but I'm not very, let me just put it, this is the second time that I do this. I gotta put some gas on that one. Damn, all of my lighters, I need gas. Holy shit. I be going through this like no joke out here. Let me see. Damn, all of them I need. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoy the stream. I do know that there's a lot of people that they don't know really what I'm talking about when it comes to fragrances. I want to really give you more stuff, and maybe eventually I'll show you some of the watches I have. I have a good amount of watches. Every watch that I have is different. There's certain watches range to the gun range. There's certain watches that I put on my motorcycle. There's certain watches that I wear daily. Old watches, or depending on my mood, and also it does depend. The watch that you wear depends on how hot it is sometimes outside. If it is too hot and it's too, like in summertime, I was wearing rubber straps. I was wearing leather straps because to me, I preferred it like that instead of a steel or a titanium, how they say. But I can tell you, watches also is something that's part of men fashion. Everything, shoes, shirts, everything, all the wristwear, all the jewelry. I do wear this all the time, and this is the necklace that I have currently. Before I had a gold necklace, and yeah, it's just men's fashion is a great thing to talk about. But I will tell you. Okay, you have to know what kind of fashion you like. I do know most of the guys out here already know what they like. Other guys out here are very curious to know. They're curious. They're like, wait a minute, is this fragrance going to be good? Is this really what they talk about? They buy the fragrance and they say, God damn, this is horrible. This is complete shit. And sometimes it's just how it is. Now, all of you guys are probably asking yourself, why do you take this time slot when you don't get the amount of people that you normally get? Well, let's just put it this way. I do these streams for all of you to rewatch. This to me is easier than me doing a video. And as you know, when I do a video, I tend to put it up and I do a little bit of editing. if I do a stream like this, for all of you watching, you all get the raw, unedited content. And I think for all of you, I think it's good like this because you'll be able to see me speak about something and you'll see how passionate I am. Or maybe if I'm not passionate about something, you'll see it without me cutting through. I usually don't cut through, but when it comes to the videos, if I do mess up, I can redo. Sometimes, I think one of my videos, recent videos in the one of the whiskey videos that I did, I was recording myself and there was a freaking ambulance that went through. I was able to stop because I lost my train of thought, and I can redo it. For these streams, there's no way to redo this. I lose all the time that I added to it. So we're in the 1 hour and 8 minute mark right here. And let me just tell you, all of this is unedited. None of this is edited. I will drop the link in here just in case. What was it? I think it was last stream. Not the last stream, but the stream before that. I also know that we had a couple other people that tried to hop on last week. I didn't know who they were, and I think one of them was in the watch community, but that was last week. I'm going to drop the link in there. Now, if I know you, you're welcome to hop on. You can talk about whatever it is you want to talk about. You can put your input in there. Also, I will tell you, there's a large amount of people in fashion that do enjoy talking about fashion. I will tell you that that's the link to hop on. Most of the time, I do tell you the wrenches, but if you've been on the show before, you're always welcome to hop on. Let me tell you one thing about cigars. The one thing I enjoy about cigars, just like the men in back of me, cigars is something almost like a fragrance, okay? And for all of you that are kind of blown away by that statement, it's kind of true. Because at the end of the day, let me just say this. Let me put a little bit of music on here. When I smoke a cigar, there's a certain aroma that stays on my skin. I will also say, if you go to a humidor, like a big cigar shop, you're going to go into the shop and you're going to smell like tobacco. But the tobacco is just so pure. You're going to smell the leaf from all the companies that are just going to attach to you. For all of you that don't know, there's fragrances out there that have either leather, they have tobacco, they have different fragrances out there like citrus. This one's a citrus. Okay, this has a little bit more of a citrus. You're not going to get any leather on here, but I can tell you there's fragrances out there. They all have different ingredients. And I do know that the Herod over here has a little bit of tobacco on there, okay? The Herod has that. So when it comes to cigars, when I smoke a cigar, and most of the guys in back of me, all the guys you see in back of me, just like Arnold Schwarzenegger, he smokes cigars. He relaxes. It stays on his skin. It covers his pores. And when he wears a fragrance, it just comes completely out. Okay, so cigars, at the end of the day, you will get a certain aroma on your skin. I will tell you, every cigar brand is different. You're going to have brands out there that are going to give a little bit more of a coffee note. You're going to have brands out there that are going to give you more of that tobacco, beautiful, maybe pepper notes on there. You might smell a little bit more concentrated. How can I say concentrated? Like, it's going to smell more potent. I do know the Arturo Fuentes, they have a lot of very much pepper notes on some of the cigars. So if you end up coming out of a store, maybe smoking one of those cigars, you're going to smell a lot different than maybe having maybe a Maduro cigar that would maybe have coffee notes on there, maybe chocolate, maybe you might have a little bit of almond note on there, woody note on there, on the tobacco leaf. So you're probably wondering, is this why you smoke cigars? Well, that's one of the things that I enjoy, smoking a cigar. When I smoke a cigar and I wear a certain fragrance, men, I have to tell you, if you wear like a rose fragrance, you will smell a very much different. And if you think that it goes with the cigar, sometimes it doesn't. You can wear maybe a citrus fragrance, And if you have a cigar that doesn't go along right with if you have a cigar that doesn't go along with the fragrance that you have, it might not be good, and you might just it might bother you, just like blending fragrances. Now, for all of you that don't know, I have blended fragrances before. There's a certain blend that I enjoy doing for summertime, but maybe next summer I'll talk to you more about that. But I do want to tell you, cigars are great. You do not inhale any of these cigars. When you're smoking a cigar, you're relaxed, you're sitting down. You just enjoy. You enjoy the aromas that this is giving off. For all of you that don't know, you don't puff this up very fast. You enjoy whatever it is. Now, all of you, to give you an explanation of cigars, it's almost like having your favorite beverage. You don't want to chug it down all the way. You want to take it little by little, kind of like a whiskey. Take it little by little. Enjoy the moments that you have your cigar. For all of you men that know, I just love cigars. I really enjoy cigars. Every type of size, every type of style, everything possible when it comes to cigars. Sometimes older ones are better than the younger ones. When it comes to cigars, that's usually how it is. Everybody has a different preference. It's just something that just makes you just relax. You don't inhale this to your lungs. Now, the cigarettes, I think cigarettes are bad. Cigarettes are horrible because you're taking it into the lung and you're getting all that nicotine. Nicotine in this, I can tell you, it does help out if you are a very heavy eater, if you like to eat a lot of food. It can suppress your eating habits just a little bit. So in the morning, let me tell you my routine. Most of the time, have my coffee. I did have it in the morning, ended up having a little bit of food. Have my coffee. Have my cigar, or sometimes I have my food prior. Usually, when you have a cigar, that's what you want to do. Have a heavy meal or have a breakfast or a lunch, and then take out the cigar and have it with a drink. That is the proper way to do it, usually. But if you don't have that possibility, you could always smoke a cigar and have a little bit of something on the side. One thing I can tell you, always have like a pastry on the side. If you have a pastry on the side, it helps you out with the sugar levels. I do know that if you have never had a cigar in your life, literally never touched a cigar in your life, this is something to be careful with. Because as you hear the parrots are wild out here. As you all know, cigars are for people that have smoked maybe cigarettes before, cigars before, or done any type of nicotine before. Nicotine is very much in, okay? It is not in the leaf. It is in basically the stems. Not the stems, but there's veins of the leaf. Usually you get the nicotine in there. Every leaf has them. Just like over here. I don't know if you can see it. You see one here. See one here. Okay. There you have a little bit of vein right here. That is where most of the nicotine's at. I'm going to tell you, when it comes to that, you have to know, you have a little bit of pastry on the side. I do recommend you to have maybe candy on the side. So let me give you a little rundown, gentlemen, because this is men's fashion. Most of the guys in back of me, you see in the picture in back of me, most of them know they could take this down because most of the time they do smoke cigars. Let me tell you this. Have a pastry on the side, have a chocolate on the side, have something that can help you with your sugar levels. One of the things that everybody does is get coffee. Coffee has sugar in it, and if you have something that doesn't have sugar, it's not going to help you out. Coffee so is to help you out, actually, but it's really not. If it's your first time, having a cigar, you might need something with coffee. Can I recommend Starbucks? Hey, if that's something you like, go get a Starbucks, have it on the side. it is just the fascination of just the aromas and everything around me. It's just, I don't understand how to explain it. It's almost, okay, here we go. Here's how it is to maybe have a new cigar, brand new cigar you just got. It's almost like having a new pair of shoes. New pair of shoes that you just bought, you just want to wear them, and every time you wear them, you just feel amazing. You feel good. If there's a new blazer that you just bought, you're waiting to wear it, a new blazer to work the next day. You're just looking forward to it because you just spent $120 on a blazer, or $500 or $400. It's that feeling you get of wearing something new that you have when you smoke a cigar. Also, when it comes to fragrances, if there's a fragrance that you just bought, so for example, you just bought yourself a brand new, okay? You just bought yourself a brand new Layton. I'm not Layton, a Carlisle from Perfume de Marley. You just spent top dollar for this. You're like, oh man, I can't wait. I can't wait to wear this. That feeling you have, well, that's the same feeling that some of us have when we smoke a cigar. When we smoke a cigar, it's just a brand new feeling. And it's throughout the life of the cigar. At the beginning, you're going to have a little bit of a different note compared to the mid of the cigar. When you get to the end of the cigar, sometimes it's a little bit sweeter. Every cigar that you have is going to be very different than the other one. So you have to know what you like. You have to know the style. You have to know the leaf that you like. You have to know the budget that you have. If you have a budget that's like incredible, you have like a crazy budget, you can get yourself a ton of cigars. And out of all the cigars, you can literally find out what you like. This goes with everything, gentlemen. Fashion, this goes with what you eat. This goes with the car you buy. This goes with the watch you wear. This goes with everything. Everything. Also, the water. I don't drink spring water at all. That's something I don't drink. I don't know if I'm having issues with the computer. If I'm having issues, you guys let me know. I think I'm having issues with it. Let me see if I can fix this up. Hey, thank you, Taylor Dom. Thank you so much for that one. I do know that everybody's working right now, so if you're blessed to actually be able to be at home or actually be doing stuff that you want to do today and you're not working, you're very lucky. You're very lucky. There's a lot of people out here that make money on the side, and I do know that for all of you that have been watching me, I have a lot of money in the stock market, and I do have a lot of money in crypto. Ryan over here says, I used to love the AO of the Soprano. They discontinued it, so now I smoke the CAO Flathead. I've heard about those flatheads. They're pretty nice. I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of brands out there that this is what I don't understand. The one thing that I don't understand when it comes to companies is when there's something just amazing, something fabulous, something that is just so good, they can't seem to always have it. They end up discontinuing it, and it goes with cigars, it goes with food, it goes with fragrances, it goes with everything. One thing that I've never understood in anything, I'm talking about even what is it? Watches, cigars, fragrances, food. Let me see, shoes, what else? Whiskeys, what else? Whenever there's a good product out there, they take it away, and it doesn't make any sense at all. It doesn't make any, I mean, for God's sakes, they should be knowing how much money is coming in for a certain product. If they see a certain amount, like just for example, I'm going to give you a good example. The brand new Dr. Pepper that came out, gentlemen, it is fabulous, okay? It is a Dr. Pepper strawberry and cream, and they were planning on keeping that forever. And I knew this. I just knew this off the bat. I said, hey, I know that Dr. Pepper, the soda that they're releasing, is going to be a very limited release. And okay, let me get a good amount of them. Finally, I think the months started going by, and then on the website or something, they had said that they were officially going to keep it on the lineup forever. And that's good. There's a company that actually knows how to market their products and to keep their products. So gentlemen, I'm going to tell you this. If you ever find something that you like, I do that with whiskey. I do that with anything. Get yourself backup of anything that you think you are really going to enjoy. Ladies and gentlemen, let me switch this up just a little bit. Also, whiskeys. There's rare whiskeys that they do limited releases of. I think everybody's seen it. Certain batches are just so phenomenal. And I just can't believe that they can't do the same thing, I understand, because they do it by year. But it's just crazy. Over here I have Rhino. He says, I've got to try that Dr. Pepper flavor. It sounds good. It's really, really good. The strawberry and cream. I thought that it was going to be a product they're going to have out for a short amount of time. I think everybody knows that there's a lot of things. What is it? Now, there's one product in McDonald's that I haven't had in a long time. I haven't had McDonald's in quite a while, but I do know that I went to the liquor store, and one of the employees was talking about a certain sandwich that I really haven't had. It's been, I think when it first came out, I had it, and after that I didn't have it. It's called the McRib. In McDonald's, they used to have it a lot, and I don't know the last time that I saw it on the menu, but apparently the two employees were talking recently, and they said out loud, because I heard them, they were right in back of me, one of the guys goes, how can I help you? I go, well, I don't think you're going to have it. I'm just looking at the shelf. I'm looking for the Elijah Craig 13 year, but I can see that you don't have any Elijah Craig barrel proof. And then he said, yeah, I don't have it, and I just, conversation was dead. And then in back of me, they started saying, he goes, hey, man, oh, man, I've been waiting for this moment, man. The McRib. The McRib's going to be back. Jimmy, you have to try this McRib. I'm telling you, it's my favorite thing in the menu, McDonald's. That's the only thing I heard. After that, I said, whoa, I'm not going to hear that anymore. I know a lot of people like that, but it doesn't make sense to me why McDonald's would take that off the menu if it is a popular item. If I had a couple McDonald's and I knew in fact that it was one of the most popular items to buy, why wouldn't I keep that on the menu? Doesn't make sense to me. Also, it happens about everything. What was the last thing that happened? I forgot what it was. What was it? It's something recently. There was a company that had released a cigar, and the cigar that they released, Juliet and Romeo and Juliet. It was the company. They released a cigar that it was very much of almost a dessert type of cigar. It was a Maduro wrapper. I remember that it was box pressed, very nice. I also remember that it did have a little bit more of a vanilla note on it. It was an insane cigar to have for maybe Christmas time that was really cold. And I found out that they were discontinuing it. This was I think it was 2 years ago, I think a couple years ago. I said to myself, this doesn't make any sense. Why would the company just discontinue it? Doesn't make any sense. But come to realize, now that I'm thinking about it, some of the cigars that are mainly high-end cigars that maybe most of the people can have throughout their day. The Habanos you can have all the time. You know, those are just nice cigars to have. The Connecticut's are nice cigars to have, and those around the year you can smoke them. So I remember the cigar. I was like, man, discontinuing this cigar doesn't make any sense. But it made sense after a while. I just started thinking, I go, yeah, I guess it does make sense, but it's still good. Also, sometimes the supply and certain things have to diminish. This is why when it comes to these fragrances, I'm going to tell you, if you like the certain batch that you got, get yourself a backup. Usually that's how it is, because sometimes the ingredients might go up and the company might not want to be buying those ingredients from that certain supplier. So what happens is these fragrances start smelling differently. They start getting reformulated because the company wants to still get a little bit of revenue. They want their revenue to be high. ROI is just super high at the end of the year. So what they do is they change up their ingredients just a little bit, or sometimes they dilute it down so that they can have a little bit more of a margin out there to make the amount of money that they were making last year, or maybe even more. This is why when there's a new fragrance out, just like the new fragrance that just recently came out from Gucci, you heard it here. Gucci just released a fragrance. Gentlemen, if you want to buy Gucci, you got to buy it now. When it first comes out is usually the time to buy it, because when you wait a couple years, it's over. You're not going to get that batch again. That also goes with whiskey. With whiskey, that happens all the time. My Elijah Craigs are one of my favorite bottles out there. The Elijah Craig Bourbon, one of my favorite. So sometimes when I find the A batch and I really enjoy the A batch, I buy three or two. I think the most I have in one batch is about 5 or 6 bottles of one of the years prior. I believe it was the A1 something. I forgot which one, what year. But I do know that I have a couple of the C9. I think it's 22. I think that was last year's. That was really, really good. I do know that there's a lot of batches. If you're into the Larceny whiskey, bourbon whiskeys, also, if you have a batch that you like, buy as many as you want, because you're probably not going to get them in the future. If you think you're going to have the same flavors 2 or 3 years on a certain whiskey, it's not going to happen. But that happens to every company. So I think you've seen me talk about Creed before. Creed is a fragrance company that I don't recommend anymore. They got bought out, and most of their products are very much lower grade than they used to be. So the newest one, Creed Viking, I think that's absolutely fabulous. That's the newest one recently of theirs. And then there's a new one that just came out that I would never buy that one. The new one that came out has oud. I can't wear no goddamn oud in Florida. What, you crazy out here? Can't wear no oud. If I wear oud out here, would be literally 4 weeks. Maybe even, if I get lucky, 2 months. And that's about it. Do I have any that have oud in my fragrance lineup? Yes, I do. I have upstairs, but those I will never tell you that, oh man, this is amazing. Can't wear that. Now, if you live in Wisconsin, man, that oud fragrance is going to be outstanding. If you live in Wisconsin and you like woody notes, a woody fragrance that has a little bit of that oud, a little bit of wood on there, you will really enjoy it in cold climate states. I'm going to tell you, Florida isn't too much of a cold climate state right now. Currently, it is good. It is good. I'm just not used to. I'm not used to this weather change. I'm used to the hot paradise, Hawaii, Bahamas type heat. I really enjoy that type of weather. I can tell you, I can be in 200 degrees and I'll be fine. I don't mind a little bit of sweat. Sweat is something very good for your pores, very good for you. And I do know people go to the spas just to get sweaty. My man, you come to Miami, all you got to do is go outside. You get that spa treatment outside. All you need is a bench, a little bit of a shirtless tank top, and that's all you need out here in Miami. Most of the times, it's very much in the range of maybe 190, 80. I think right now, currently, if I remember correctly on my phone, it was like 70 something, I think it was earlier. I don't remember. I looked that up in the morning. Haven't looked at it too much again. But anyways, look, we were at the 1 hour and 33 minutes. Again, I will tell you again, vintage fragrances are great. You have to know which vintage fragrance you will like. Polo are great to have. They're always around. You could buy these. And also, I will say, I already spoke about cigars. I spoke about a little bit of other things. Spoke about whiskey. Maybe your future. I might speak about maybe your clothes. But I think clothes, talking about clothes in a live stream, man, I don't know how I can do that. I just know that I could do a video about that. I could do an amazing video about that. But what I want to do that, I put it in my algorithm, currently in my algorithm, I do have a lot of things, funny things. I have comedy, I have whiskey, I have information about whiskey, bourbon, rye, scotch. Mostly is mainly whiskeys in my algorithm. If I put up a whiskey on my algorithm in my profile, I will get a top amount of hits on it. If I put fragrances, depending on how I put it, sometimes the YouTube will not put me out, and I will be as very much tuned down. Tonight, I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to try to put out maybe a little teaser of a video for the people that want to be buying, because this is the time that people are going to be wanting to see. They're going to try to find a good price for these Parfum de Marley's, and I can tell you, not every man can wear every Parfum de Marley. There are certain men that I would recommend you to stay away from Carlisle, especially if you are in Texas. God damn! If you're in Texas, Carlisle, you should never buy. Never, ever buy Carlisle if you're in Texas, unless you are one of these guys that is always in the office. You're always in cold weather. You're always in like freaking 64, 60 type weather. Okay, maybe you can buy Carlisle in Texas. But I have it because, you know what, I do have winter time around here too, sometimes. And I do like to pop this out, you know. I think for all of you that don't know, there's no white shoe that I'm going to be wearing. I just don't wear white shoes. Maybe you might wear white shoes, but over here, there's no way I can wear white shoes. I wear very dark shoes. And I think many of you have a different way to, dress. Men's style and men's fashion, it all depends on you. Remember, you are not going to like maybe some of the things that I eat. Okay, I love sushi, I love pho, I love steak, I love lobster. I love all the manly stuff that most of us all like out here. But I can tell you there's just certain things that I don't like. I don't like sake. I don't like certain things. I used to drink sake, don't like it. Man, there's just so many things as you start experimenting in wines. There's certain wines that I just can't have. There's wines in France. There's wines in France, gentlemen. Some of you gentlemen probably love some of the Bordeaux's. Some of the Bordeaux's in France that they're made perfectly high valued bottles, wine bottles. You probably will like it, but personally me, I cannot have myself a $500 Bordeaux. I feel like it's a waste of money. To me, I am not a wine enthusiast. I'm a whiskey enthusiast. And I do know that there's a lot of tannins in the wine. So be careful what kind of wine you have. It might not go good with your stomach. When it comes to whiskey, I tell you all the time, all the whiskeys you have, they do have antioxidants, which is great for you. And also, it does help you out with blood clots if you have small amounts of this. To help you out, it does help you out a lot. You do get a lot. I'm going to tell you, you do get a lot of benefits from whiskey compared to any other beverage out there. There's not a beverage out there that I can really tell you a beer that's really, really good, that's good for you. Beer has a lot of sugar. It is probably the worst, probably one of the top rated alcoholic beverages out there would be a beer, a craft beer mainly. Because most of the, like Budweisers, yeah, they have sugar, but not as much as craft beer. When it comes to whiskey, you are not going to get that bloat. You're not going to have that feeling when it comes to whiskey. So this is why some of us men out here always prefer to have ourselves a whiskey. Whiskey is something that most of us men, we say, hey, we have a little bit of a neat, maybe on the rocks. We enjoy it. We don't chug it because whiskey is meant to be enjoyed. If you want to chug a whiskey, maybe you get yourself maybe something that I don't talk about, you know. Over here, Melissa, I will tell you, Melissa, it is in the afternoon, so I do know there's a lot of people working. This is the worst hour to actually stream because everybody's working. I remember that, who was? I think it was, Adventures. I did one of these streams before, and I wanted to test out the back. You know, I wanted to test out how it was going, and she said she was working. Now she's one of many people working when it comes to this time frame. I'm going to tell you what time it is right now. It is 5:29 p.m. It is 10/19/2023. I spoke about the things that many people don't even come close to when it comes to fragrances. It's always good to have people that know about fragrances. I do know Melissa out here. She has the cologne, and I do know that she has. I don't think she has these. I do know that she has most of the ones that are unisex. For all of you that don't know, there's a couple of the Perfume de Marley's that are unisex. Yes, you hear it here first. There's a couple Perfume de Marley's that are unisex. Hear it with me. I think cologne supposedly, I didn't know, but apparently it was officially a unisex fragrance. I do know that Melissa wears that. I do know that I wear it occasionally. I was wearing it very much a lot, but I said, you know what, sometimes you got to put those shoes, the white shoes away. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to put those white shoes away. And one of my favorite from Perfume de Marley, which I do not have because I'm not a woman, I'm a male. I'm born male and I'm a man. I do not wear Delina, but she has Delina, and it's an amazing, amazing fragrance. I'm going to tell you this. If you want the most best fragrance from Perfume de Marley, will be Delina. Personally, Delina, I think, is just fabulous. So if you have a wife, if you have a lady, if you have a spouse, if you have maybe somebody in your family that loves fragrances, loves to smell good, she's always wearing fragrances. Melissa over here, she says Delina. That is one of the top #1 fragrances that I recommend from Perfume de Marley. And I will tell you, the Perfume de Marley that I'm talking about will not look like this. It is actually pink, all pink. It's a smaller tone because I think we're manly, okay? So our hands are bigger, our body shapes are different, and this is a manly bottle. When it comes to the Delina is shaped more like a woman. It has curves. This one has no curves. The Delina is very beautiful. It's almost like an art piece, almost like a presentation. The Delina is very much pink, and I don't have any pink fragrances in front of me, but I do know that it is a beautiful fragrance. I'm going to tell you, I think out of all the bottles, I think this is a outstanding looking bottle. This is just, look at this bottle, man. Tell me this is not a sick bottle. But I don't recommend this. It's such a beautiful, sick bottle. I just don't recommend it all the time. You can wear it every now and then, but I don't recommend it all the time. Over here, we do have Rhino. He says, Reaper, you mentioned you've got money in the stock market. Do you have day trading? I was doing day trading. Day trading is amazing. The best time to day trade is usually in the mornings. In the mornings before lunchtime, it is the best time to do it. But the new thing right now, currently, since the market is kind of different, swing trading is the way to do it. If you're into that, this is no financial advice. But currently, if you don't know how to stock trade, I can tell you the best way to do anything when it comes to the stock market is to swing trade. Now you're probably wondering what you talking about? What's a swing trade? A swing trade is something that you're going to be holding so that in the future, very much, you're just going to let it go in no time. So a swing trade would be something, today's Thursday. Most of the time, a swing trade starts at the beginning of the week. So you can start by picking up maybe a stock that you like on a Monday. This is no financial advice. This is just professional talk out here. A swing trade is something that you can maybe pick up on a Monday. I'm going to give you an example. This is something in my range I can just talk about. No financial advice. But this year, this is why I'm showing these fragrances, is because this year, okay, this year is going to be the biggest sales in online sales that you ever see in the world record of world records. America is going to go insane. They're going to go crazy. They're going to use all their money in these holidays to come. This is why I am targeting holiday subscribers. This is why I'm mainly talking about whiskey, about holiday, because this is going to be one of the biggest ever, okay? I'm going to say this right now, just like I want to say how in the Super Bowl, I think the Eagles and the Dolphins are going to be part of the Super Bowl. Just like that, I like to do predictions. I will tell you this, okay? As a former day trader, I'm going to tell you, swing trades is something that you pick up maybe on a Monday, and maybe you can let it go maybe midweek, or maybe at the end of the day, or maybe 48 hours, maybe next week. You just know that you're buying it a little bit low and you're going to let it go very much soon. I can also tell you, you can also do something that I don't recommend all of you to do, but you can do something as of right now. This is no financial advice. But currently we're in October. So October is the best time for you to actually stock up on a portfolio. If there's a portfolio that I recommend, it would be mainly for online purchasing. So Amazon would be one of them. Okay, Amazon would be one of them. They're going to see the most craziest Christmas time, just historical numbers. So Amazon would be one of them. And then also another one that I would recommend you, right? This is no financial advice. This is just something that you're talking about, Rhino. You're talking about a day trading, and you're talking about the stock market. Another one that you can purchase would be Walmart. Walmart is another one currently that, for all of you that don't know, people buy from Walmart. And people are going to be buying from Walmart forever. There's just not a time in the year more than Christmas time and the holidays. And that is two of the stocks that I would recommend. I think you already know the symbol AMN. What is it? AMNZ or AMZN for Amazon. And then the other one is the Walmart one. You can look that one up. But these are just things that I just want. Since we're all men out here, let me just tell you, there's not too many women that do stock market trading. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Yeah, there's a lot of smart women that do it, but it's just not a huge amount. It's maybe, if anything, about 30%. 30%. It's very, very low. It's a very high pressured thing that you would have to do early in the morning. You have to make sure when it's closing time, everything. You have to see all the factors in the news. Currently, right now, the news is ridiculous. So you're going to probably see gun sales going up. You're going to see, most likely, if you have any Smith & Wesson stocks, I'm going to tell you that might go up very soon, because a lot of people are going to be talking about wanting to buy firearms. But yeah, I just know a lot about that. A lot about that. And also, I will tell you, crypto is on the side of the stock market. It does correlate to the news too, but most of the time when you see gold kind of skyrocket, you'll see crypto also skyrocket. But this is no financial advice. This is just stuff that I just know all around. I could talk to you about it all day long, but I'm trying to tell most of you men, the ladies out here, that sometimes it's good to lay down some money. You never know what can happen. You can make a little bit of profit. You can make, if something for you, maybe Maybe if you want to make a couple $1,000, something for you that you can have it now and maybe get it in December. That maybe make you happy. That help you out. It's something that you do with the stock market. The stock market is the biggest money cow in America. For all of you that think collecting comics is your money cow, it ain't the money cow. If you think collecting whiskey is the money cow, it ain't the money cow. If you think buying fragrances and reselling them to make a little buck, it ain't a money cow. The money cow is the stock market in the USA. It is the biggest change of wealth in history. I'm talking about anything. If you're trying to buy yourself a new Ferrari right now to hopefully sell it in a couple of years, well, all that money you could put in the stock market in the right portfolio, and you can make a huge amount of money compared to you buying a Ferrari and maybe down the line, oh shit, not making as much money as you would think, having to find a buyer. Online, all you have to do is press a button, you find an automatic buyer right there, because that's just how it is. Let me take a little water. You guys are like, oh man, this guy's a gambler. This guy's a gambler. Ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to sports, I don't touch every game. You think I touch every game? No. I don't touch every game. I touch games that are very much in my favor. If I know that I'm very much favored in the game, yes, I still have a huge, like, if I'm playing against Vegas, because Vegas has all the perfect numbers, as supposed, most of the time at the beginning of the season is the times to cash in sports betting. If you're into fantasy, football, that is a sweet waste of time. That is a sweet waste of time. Let me tell you that. If you're into fantasy football, that's a sweet waste of time. I wish Sweet Milk was out here, because I give him a good shout out. Sweet Milk. Hey, if you don't know, the fragrance community, they do tend to have a certain amount of good people that do a lot of technical stuff, digital stuff online. And they put together a lot of clips together. They put a lot of YouTubers on the spotlight. And sometimes they actually put them on... they put them in the dog shit pile, okay? And sometimes they make videos. Currently, in the fragrance community, they're doing that. Also, in the watch community, they're also doing that. I do know that there was a guy that robbed a couple people of scammed a lot of people of money, supposedly. Now, that's not my problem. That is what is going on in the watch community. But I can tell you that a lot of people out here, you know, it's good to have different kind of people out here that do cool stuff. I do know that editing, it's not easy. Editing is not easy. If you think editing is easy, you're out of your goddamn mind. It's a lot of work, editing. Especially in Halloween. I haven't seen a horror film that has scared, because nobody has time for that shit. Nobody has time to do a video that's going to scare somebody. Come on. I even forgot that it's October. Let's just get it right. Like that is October. But at the end of the day, I'm looking around on YouTube. I'm like, damn, this guy, this is a horror film. What the hell is he talking about? A goddamn Carlisle on Summertime? Carlisle on Summertime? That is the biggest horror film. You should be ashamed of yourself. And then also, I'm not going to knock down the ladies, but ladies, what the hell? Ladies in the fragrance community, what the hell are you talking about this Chanel? This is a man fragrance. Ladies, are you wearing men fragrances? All you ladies out there in YouTube, are you goddamn sick out of your mind? Holy heavens. If you're a simp out here listening to a woman talk about this like she wore this every day, you're out of your goddamn mind. Listen to a man that maybe talks about fragrances. Now, all of them, don't listen to all of them. Find somebody you like. I do recommend that. Like fishing. I think fishing is another one. Hey, there's guys that all they do is backwood fishing. Those guys are the guys that I might listen to, because at the end of the day, if I'm going out on the boat, I know how to catch the fish. I don't need to know. Why do I need to listen to the captain out there telling me how to catch a marlin? I know how to catch a marlin, son of a bitch. But I can tell you, hey, I'm not going to be catching a marlin because I ain't going to go that deep. Just not going to happen. I'd rather listen to a fisherman talk about the backwoods, back there where the redfish are, beautiful redfish, and some other fish. That to me is more of a sport. I don't know, it's just a little bit different. Did I tell you guys the time that I caught a shark? Maybe I'll tell you next time. But let me see in the chat room over here. Bob, good to see you, Bob. Good to see you, Bob. Look, I'm trying this out to see how this works. So far, so good. I got to get better. I got to get better at this. I feel like I'm still a little bit new on this whole green screen thing. I am not used to this at all. I'm used to no screen. I'm used to no screen. But as you see here, this is a men fashion type of a stream. So I did put a lot of the guys out here that have a personality. And I hope all of you do have a certain personality. Can I tell you that this man over here, Mr. Calvin, probably has a special personality? Most likely he does. Maybe he likes the mothballs. Maybe he likes the Dracar Noir. Maybe this is a man that likes to have tea in the morning instead of coffee. Maybe this is a man... How can I say this? This is a man that might like Sesame Street instead of watching Fox News. This is a man that I'm just telling you. There's different type of men out here. This is why men's fashion, you have to know, okay, there's different kind of taste. Now, panty droppers. I did tell you about that one a lot. Hey, all you need is good hygiene, okay? That is all you need. I'm going to tell you this, okay? Please do me the favor. Okay, if you haven't liked this stream already, do me the favor, like the stream. I'm trying to do a free stream for all of you. I'm trying to look more in the chat room. I'm trying not to even mention super chats. I'm trying not to mention super chats because this is the stream that, I just want people to rewatch this one. But at the end of the day, yeah, of course, I think we all appreciate super chats. But this is one of the streams that just, hey, if you send it, you send it. And if you don't, you don't. I want the main super chats to be mainly on the main show. When I make this finally the main show, I can tell you guys, boom, hell yeah. I don't know how to turn off the super chat setting. I don't know how to. I just know for a fact that if I go to certain settings, I can make it viewable to people that are adults. And I don't remember if I put it on here on this one. But most of the time, I will tell you the main time that I tell you all to send super chats or the main show. This is not really the main show. This is something I'm trying out. Hopefully you can see me good. And I don't rewatch my streams, but I might have to rewatch this to see how better I can do on this stream. I have no topics. Everything is just flowing out, and I'm just letting it ride. If you have any questions in the chat room, you're welcome to ask. But men fashion, man. Men fashion. What more can I tell you? What more can I tell you? I think the people in the UK have a different way of fashion than the people in America. 100%. Especially the way they eat. Some of the things that they eat over there is beyond me. I do know that I grew up around celebrities. One of the guys that I grew up around, I won't mention, but I do know that I can mention one of the guys, Ringo Starr. And if you don't know who that is, you have to look him up. Ringo Starr, I was with his family, and one of the things, I think I've told this story once before, the family had prepared a meal in the morning. The breakfast that Ringo Starr's family had prepared me, I was not used to. I can tell you I'm not used to those beans in the morning. I'm not used to some of the other things that I don't remember. But one of the things that I do remember that I didn't like was that. I remember that I was pushed along to have it, and I didn't want to have it. I do know that just people were just different. Different, you have to know. People are different, man. It's insane. Ringo Starr's family, man. I hope they're doing good. I don't even know what to tell you more about them. It's a long time since I disconnected from them. I don't even know if they even moved back. I don't even know if they moved back I think they were from the UK. I think they were from England. But even everything, even the utensils that they had, the glassware, everything. The tea, I think they had tea. I think it was tea that they had. I don't remember all the things, but I do remember the beans, man. Ah, damn, in the morning. Don't give me no goddamn, what was it, baked beans or whatever? Shit. You gotta be kidding me. Even as a kid, man. As a kid, holy heavens. I don't care what kind of celebrity you could be. You could be, what's his name? His friend over there. You could be Paul McCartney. Paul McCartney, you giving me some beans in the morning? I'm going to say no. I don't care if you're Paul McCartney. I don't care if you're Ringo Starr. I don't care who you are in the freaking Beatles. Ain't no way I'm eating no beans in the goddamn early morning. I mean, unless I'm having a full meal. Unless I'm having a full meal, definitely. I'm having a full meal all day long, baby. Rice, a little bit of leftover steak, maybe black beans. Okay. But yeah, man. Hey, this stream has gone on pretty long. I'm trying to hit the 2-hour mark to hopefully end the stream. 2-hour mark is what I really wanted. I don't know how I can do some of these streams, how I do it. It's insane. I don't even bring up anything. I just bring it up in my damn head. Nobody can do this. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I impress myself sometimes. Bob, thank you so much, man. You're doing it, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Also, I will tell you, we gained about 30 subscribers. Oddly, very crazy. I think I'm at 6,029, if I believe clearly. When I told you that we're going to make it to 6K, we actually made it the same day. I didn't even notice. And then all of a sudden, I just springed up and I just got like a 20-something amount of subscribers from the last stream that I did. The last stream that I did was the main stream. You could go rewatch that one. That one is mainly about whiskeys and one of the top whiskey brands out there and one of the top whiskeys. But I will be talking about more about maybe cocktails. Maybe I might do a battle very soon. I might do most of that. Also, I will tell you, I'm planning out something for all of you once a week. Something awesome once a week. I do know that many of you need something different. Can be all day that you're in the turnpike or in the highway and you see traffic all the time. You get sick and tired of traffic all the time. I'm sick and tired of traffic when I see it on the highway. And that's how it is in the streams. I think if we do streams all the time, the same way, I myself will be bored about talking about whiskeys all the time. Yes, I am the Whiskey Reaper. Everybody calls me the Reaper. But at the end of the day, sometimes you need variations. You have different type of subscribers, and I feel the need to tell you what I need to tell you. Maybe eventually I might talk about news-related content once a week. But currently I'm planning something out very soon to do once a week, mainly away from whiskey so that you guys get a little bit more of talk, a little bit of a different topics. And also I will be trying this out more and more. I do know that I ended up wearing this one. This is what I wear on the gun range. And I will tell you, I do tend to use certain other glasses. One of the other glasses that I use, I don't have them near me. But when you go to the gun range, you'll know what to wear. Most of the time, you always have to wear covered up over here because you never know. You might have somebody shooting next to you, and then one of the hot bullet just goes straight into your shirt. So sometimes you have ladies, if you're listening, cover yourself up. Don't wear anything that shows cleavage at the gun range. That is a no-no because you will get burnt and you'll get burned bad, especially if you don't know how to shoot a gun. That is something horrible to feel. Just going inside your shirt, shit, hot tamale in there. I can have to tell you, huge shout out to all the jerks. Huge shout outs to Sweet Milk. Huge shout outs to all the people in all the jerks that give me a good laugh because they're doing amazing content. Most of the content that they're doing, they don't have to do the content. They're not getting paid to do any content. And the crazy part about that is that the Reddit crowd They do content for their entertainment. They're not trying to get the buck. They're not trying to get paid. Most of these people on Older Jerks, they're all about bringing up a little bit of a light of maybe you stopping to watch maybe a YouTube reviewer because maybe he's just wasting your time. Maybe he's fake. Maybe the fragrances or maybe the watches that he's talking about, maybe the watches that he's talking about are fake, for God's sakes. Maybe the fragrances that he has are straight up fake. Maybe, it's just what it is in the Reddit. They do free content. And I can tell you, okay, that man over there, he's doing a hell of a job. Sweet milk. Not going to tell you who that is. But I can tell you, maybe in the future, this channel very much might either be something close to the really beautiful technology that you're seeing on videos. That is something that I want to put in this channel eventually. I can't do that now because I don't feel like I should be doing that. I feel that I have to, I have a lot to learn on social media, a lot of different gadgets that I can do. I do know that I can premiere certain things like this. After I end it, I can premiere it to something else. I know the format. I'm starting to learn more and more. I can't tell you enough. When you take a loss, you'll learn a lot. And I love the fact that some of you understand that. I love that. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, hey, I want to tell you, I hope you enjoyed this long stream. I have finally officially hit the 2-hour mark. I can tell you that I don't know how this is going to look, but if it does look amazing, I will keep it up. I hope my sound check was good. I hope you can hear me clearly. I hope the music in the back was perfect. I hope everything that I spoke about here didn't bore you. And if it bored you, you can always say in the comment box what you want to see, what you want to hear. Because at the end of the day, I want to hear criticism. I want people out here to honestly tell me there's certain things that I can relate to, certain things that I don't relate to. If I get that, holy shit, that would be amazing. So for all of you out there, hey, thank you for being a part of this chat room. Thank you for watching this show. And for all of you that don't know, salutes to all our U.S. military, the Marines, the Air Force, all of the people here in the United States, all the Americans, all of the law enforcement that help out. If you need 911, they show up to your door. And shout out to everybody that has firearms. Shout out to the NRA, because at the end of the day, hey, you need a little bit of firearms here in America. That's just what it is. We're the land of the free, and you hear it here first, because a lot of people are scared to say it. We have the freedom to say whatever we want to. We have the freedom to make videos. And if you all stick around, I think most of my streams are going to get even better and better. Anyways, I'll see you all soon. And don't forget, okay, men's fashion, okay? Not everything is panty droppers. It all depends on you. Good hygiene, personality. You don't need a fragrance. As a matter of fact, most of the guys in back of me, they don't wear fragrances. But most of the time, when they're dressed up very nice, okay, maybe then. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'll talk to you all soon, and I'll see you all on the next time on the main show, which is going to be mainly at night. I'll see you all soon. See you all later. See ya.
Because after dinner, everyone ought to have a cigar. So I tried it. Well, the rest is history. I'm still and second of all, because I'm a stud. I'm ballsy. I don't take no shit from anyone. I smoke my stogie anywhere I want. And second of all, because I'm a